Very warm good afternoon, one and all being here. First of all, I'm thanking all for making it successful webinar regarding the topic leadership development. Success is not an accident. It's hard work, it's preserve, and it's learning, studying, sacrificing something. So love what you are doing. A blessing of the God is main. We are getting a good achievement. Without blessing of God, we couldn't go more forward. For getting blessing of the God for this webinar, making successful webinar, I welcome Rahina ma'am from 56th NCDC batch.
Thank you, Shanashwaran ma'am. Thank you inviting me. Lord bless me. Lord bless me. Bless me always. I am your little baby. Please protect me. You are my papa. You are my mama. You are my world as well. Pat me always, hug me always with your invisible. I can see you in a rainfall. I can see you in wind. I can't touch you, but I feel you always in my life. Lord bless me, Lord bless me always. I am your little baby. Please protect me. Please protect me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahina ma'am, for a wonderful prayer song. Every failure is a stepping stone of success. Someone is holding our hands for with achievements. For so people are around us for holding.
Please mute.
मैडम हाँ उसका ज्वाइन कर लीजिए ना हाँ वो लोग स्टार्ट कर लिया है
Yes, yes, please mute, sir. Yes, continue, ma'am.
Sorry for interference. So now I welcome a person who actually all of you, our teacher 56 batch teacher for the welcome speech.
Seminar.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Good afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to share a quote by John Wooden. The most powerful leadership tool you have is your personal example. I repeat, the most powerful leadership tool you have is your personal example. With this beautiful quote, I would like to start this webinar. It's my honor to welcome you all to this webinar. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. It's our pleasure to welcome our honorable chief guest of today's webinar, Rajam Karta ma'am, who is a highly experienced educator, trainer, and a good motivator. With immense pleasure, I would like to welcome Rajam Karta ma'am to the section. Welcome, ma'am.
Should I start now?
The essence, no ma'am,
Yeah.
I didn't complete. The essence of great leadership is influence and not authority. With this note, I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Baba Alexander Sir, founder of One World, One Language movement and the master trainer of National Child Development Council.
Yes.
He who put his soul and heart in uplifting others attain dignity. Yes, I welcome our backbone, our mentor, our faculty, Sheeba PT, to the section. Welcome, Sheeba ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
हमारा नहीं जाता है
Last but not least, I would like to welcome all the participants to this webinar. Welcome all.
अरे तो शॉर्ट पहनना चाहिए
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for wonderful welcome speech. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Some person make a step forward to create a reality, and the person who make this webinar to reality, the motivator, especially our mentor of 56 CDC batch and faculty of Child National Development Council, Mrs. Sheeba PK ma'am. Welcome, ma'am, for the presidential speech.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shana ma'am. My name is Sheeba. I'm faculty of National Child Development Council. National Child Development Council is a self-governed organization working for the welfare of women and children. So we are conducting free webinar for general public. Today we have with us Vijayamma Karta, a trainer, educator, and a motivator who had won several individual and organizational awards for her work in education, especially for the lesser privileged sector of the society. Today, she is here with us to take a webinar on leadership development. Welcome, ma'am. And I welcome all of you for the webinar. Yes, thank you.
Sheeba ma'am. Yes, it's time for welcoming our chief guest, Mrs. Vijayam Karta ma'am. For knowing more about her, she is ex-principal and vice chairperson of Kerala Public School, Jamshedpur, and also she is a educator, consultant, and trainee. She is part of initiatives of changes, a worldwide movement of people who believe that personal change leads to social change. She strongly believes in the power of value-based quality educator to transform society, as well as teachers' crucial role in a national building. So I believe that we are so lucky having this special guest in this webinar, and she made this webinar successful regarding the topic leadership development. So welcome, ma'am, for this webinar. Welcome, Vijayam Karta, ma'am.
Is it time for me to start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Have you made me the host so that I can share the screen?
Sharing is allowed, ma'am. You can share.
We are listening you. Vanakkam, ma'am. Dharambir.
Thank you, Dharamveer. Thank you for being there.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yes.
Welcome.
Let me see whether I can. You can't see the.
Yes, it's screen sharing, ma'am.
But then it's not slideshow. Yeah.
Yeah, you can move the cursor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you can see the
Screen. Yeah. Yes.
So
Slide.
thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, Sheeba ma'am.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to be here amongst you. Some of my friends from from Bihar and maybe Jamshedpur have joined us
Yes.
along with your students.
Yes. Thank you.
So once again, thank you for this opportunity, and let's come to the topic.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr. Dharamveer is the owner of a school in from Bihar.
Yes.
So, and he's
Welcome, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Dolphin Public
Muzaffarpur.
School.
He is from Muzaffarpur.
Yes.
So, so let's start.
Yes, Bihar.
So let's have some interaction. So before we start, let me announce a few things. I may be asking a few questions from time to time. There are no wrong answers. all answers are right. Nobody is going to ridicule you.
Yes.
So feel free to speak. So we are together in this room and then we are going to just
Sure.
share what we believe in. So my
Yes.
first question to you, some of you can put the answer in the chat. Some of you can switch on the mic and answer. Are you a leader?
Yes.
How many of you feel that you are leaders? You can
Yes.
show a thumbs up or you can put it on the chat box. Or somebody, I would like to hear a voice. Are you a leader? Yes or
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
no? Someone who feels you are not a leader. I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. Is there anyone who believes that?
I believe myself. I'm a follower.
Okay, great. Let's see whether we are all leaders or followers. We can see. By the end of the session, we will have more clarity whether we are all leaders or we are all followers or we are both leaders and followers. Let's
Sure,
see.
ma'am.
Yeah. So my next question, here I want some answers. What sort of a world do you wish to live in? What sort of a world you wish to live in? Some adjectives you can say. For example, maybe a happy world.
Peace.
Can I hear? Yeah, somebody said
Peace.
peaceful world you would like to live in. What else? Happy, peaceful.
Understanding world.
Pardon?
Understanding world.
Understanding. Okay, where people understand you. Do you think you would like to live in a world where there is justice and fairness? Yes or no? We want to live in a just and fair world. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We want people to accept and respect us. So this is this sort of a world we all want to live in. So my next question to you is, who will create that world? Will the government?
Create the
We can.
We
We are
have to
creating
create
the
that world, isn't it?
Yeah, was
Each one of us have to create that world. So that means each one of us is a leader. We are creating something. And we can't create anything without the help of someone. We need, so much of support to even take a small breath. We need the, support of this entire planet. So we each one of us have to create that world. So according to me, each one of us is a leader. Again, we will see whether this is true or not. So who is a leader? According to you, who is a leader? Simple answer.
Who is able to manage the works and the people?
Okay.
And
Yeah. So in simple words, somebody who leads is a leader, isn't it?
Yes.
And then someone who can manage things in a home. At our home, there will be a leader. Sometimes it can be your father, sometimes it can be your mother. In your school, you have a principal. If it is your office, there is a boss. So we call all of them as leaders. My next question is, why should we be leaders? Someone said, I'm a follower. Should we be followers or should we be leaders if we want to create a beautiful, just, fair, and wonderful world? Each one of us have to take initiative. We decided, we said we all have to create that world. But why should we be leaders? There are people who say the government has to fix up everything, isn't it? If it's an organization, we expect, if it's a school, we expect the principal to set everything right. If it's an office, we expect our manager to set things right. But I am proposing, and you only said that each one of us are responsible for creating a good, wonderful world. So we should be leaders. Why should we be leaders? How will it help us? Any answers?
Leader, if there is a new leader, so that it will be like the group of people or team will be not motivated. The leader can motivate and then team can achieve their achievements.
Wonderful. So a leader can motivate, can inspire. Wonderful. Why should I be a leader? For example, I'm asking you this question. Each one of you, ask yourself, why, how it will benefit me if I am a leader? Anybody? How will it benefit you if you are a leader?
Definitely it will benefit, ma'am. So we can
Oh.
learn so many positive things from our team, and
Absolutely.
also you will feel like a I mean, like a happiness will give when you have become a leader. When you are able to communicate and able to achieve that team success, you can also enjoy.
Wonderful. Any other answers? Agree with you. Anyone else would like to contribute, or
We can create a vision and we have to motivate the people.
okay, wonderful. Yeah, if we a leader can create a vision and inspire people to work to achieve that vision, great. I have got some more reasons. You just tell me whether you agree with me or not. What are the benefits of becoming a leader? So I'm trying to, before starting what is leadership, how and why of leadership, I would like each one of us to reflect whether I need to be a leader, how it will benefit us. That's the question. So what are the benefits? According to me, better position and better jobs. Agree? Agree or not? For
Yes,
example,
ma'am. Somewhat, ma'am. Not
okay.
for the
Somewhat.
position
Okay.
and better salary.
So I will ask a question. For example, you are working in an organization. You come up and take up responsibilities. You don't wait for your boss to tell you what to do. So you are always eager to, help others. So if you are a person like that, will the organization like to give you a promotion? Or would they like to promote a person who is not doing anything, just taking care of their day-to-day work? If you are running an organization, what sort of a person you would like to promote?
Those are working for the organization.
Yeah, who
Working
take
smart and hard.
who work smart and hard, who take responsibilities on their own, isn't it? So it will help us to get better positions, better jobs, more money. Maybe when you are going up higher up in the post means you will get better salaries, maybe name and fame. For example, when you introduced me, you said I have won awards. Why have I won awards? Because I took up various leadership initiatives. Otherwise, I would not have got it. But I would not have got that award only for my work. My people supported me, so I could do that. So there was a team which helped me to achieve what I could achieve. But the leadership was mine. There were others also with me. So it gave me more name and fame. People started knowing me that, okay, she is so and so. She has won this award, that award, and all. Do you agree with this? As a leader, you can make a difference to people's lives. Yes or no?
Yes.
Even at your home. For example, when I came to Pune, I have a helper who comes home every day to help me. She did not have a bank account. So she used to keep the money, whatever she gets, she will keep it in a bag inside, maybe under the pillow, somewhere she will hide it. And that's how she used to, keep the money. So when I made her understand why there should be an account, we got her, a bank account, and then we started she started a recurring deposit at our advice. Now she has got some money. Recently, she purchased some land in her village. So we were all so happy. Like one small gesture, one small action, it made so much of a difference in her life. So we can make a difference to other people's lives. And I will share some of the work I have done as a principal, as a founder trustee. When I used to go to the villages and do some work, how it helped them to lead a better life. So as a leader, we can make a difference to people's lives and organizations. Do you agree? Making our dreams come true. For example, I remember right from my childhood, I had one dream. My dream was how to make others happy. I used to be very pained when I used to see sadness around. When I used to see people in poverty, I used to feel very bad. And right from childhood, I used to ask myself, how can I help this person? How can I help this person? And always I had this dream. to live in a beautiful world where everyone has enough for his or her comforts. There is no poverty. So many dreams we had. I couldn't fulfill all my dreams, but quite a number of dreams could come true because I accepted leadership positions. Then the ripple effect. You understand what is the ripple effect means? What is a ripple effect? Ripple effect means you throw a stone into a water, what happens? It creates ripples,
Falling will
isn't
come.
it?
Yes.
All around. That is a ripple effect. So what happens is when you do something good, many times your friends start emulating you, imitating you. They also start doing good. You might have noticed if there is a beautiful garden in front of your home, some of your neighbors may start creating gardens in front of their home, isn't it? Somebody buys a car, maybe a neighbor will be inspired. No, I would also like to have a car. So we all try to emulate, imitate others. So when you do something good, there will be many people who will be impacted. One hand, another hand, there will be people who will be ready to come forward and take up leadership positions and become leaders. So let me share my story. Why do I share my story before that? Not to share, to tell you what a wonderful human being I am. No. Why I am sharing stories? We may forget wisdom. We may forget theories which are shared, but stories remain with us. So, and you may be able to resonate with stories more than what you hear in theory. So I got married when I was in my final year graduation. I had 19 and I got married and I had decided to be a homemaker. But always that dream was there that I should be doing something for the world. I should be doing something good. That, a dream was always there. I'll be very happy if some of you can keep your cameras on. Otherwise, it will be, a little disheartening.
Yeah, no, ma'am. It's a screen sharing, no? That is why
At least, on the panel, I can see some. I can see Rajini. I can see Afnan. Thank you. Thank you for at least one or two people. If I see, I feel good. Yeah, I can see now one more person. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, we are eagerly listening that
Yes,
really leadership qualities are very good. We want to improve.
Everyone can please open your screen.
No, these three I can see. I'm so happy to be interacting.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened was I decided to my husband and I decided that I will not work, and we started raising a family. I had 2 children. By the time my children started going to school, I was 28. So this thing started that I should be doing something. So I went and joined a school as a librarian because I was just a graduate. What job I could have got? So I got a job of a librarian. But I wanted to be the best librarian in the world. That was my ambition. Like I should be the best. I should be the best. So when you have an intention, the roadmap is shown from the higher power. I always wanted to be the best. So slowly I started improving my work. I worked there as a librarian for 5 years. And now that was from 81 to 86. Even now, how many years later, even now, my that school, my colleagues, ex-colleagues, they say they never had got a librarian like me, because I was so dedicated. I went out of my way to help my colleagues. For example, if I read something good, I read a good article on history, I would, cut it and pass it on to the history teacher to display in the bulletin board. If a good book comes, I'll tell my children, this is a wonderful book, you should all read it. So, and then helping my colleagues, in whatever way possible. So I thought, I won't say that I was the best principal ever, librarian ever, but I am sure that I did my best. Then I went on to I always wanted to be a teacher. That was another thing, a dream that I should be a teacher. So I went and joined a B.Ed college. And after packing my husband and my children to office and school, I started attending a B.Ed college. And I became a teacher, and I went to another school to do the practice teaching. So some of you are, budding teachers, so you know. So there was practice teaching, and that principal was so impressed by my classes. Thank God. She asked me to join that school as a teacher. So I joined that school. When I joined that school, I wanted to be the best teacher in the world. I started with that intention. I have to be the best, the most loving. But I used to be a very strict teacher. But I went out of my way to win the hearts of my children. I was always ready to take up extra responsibilities whenever the principal asked in the staff room, who can take up this responsibility? Whenever possible, I used to come forward and I used to say, ma'am, I would like to do it. So what happened when there was a vacancy for an assistant to the principal, a few of us applied and I got that job. So within 2 years, I got a promotion. Then what happened? After 2 years, the principal had to leave and the vice principal had to leave. I got a promotion to the vice principal post. And then within 3-4 years, I was the principal of the school because I've always tried to take up responsibilities, and they couldn't get a better person also. Maybe the salary was not very high those days. So I became the principal of the school. And as a principal of the school, because I always had the dream of creating a better world, we started working in the slums and in the villages. We went around the slums. We started our school for slum children. In the afternoon, when the school was vacant, the English medium used to get over by 1:30 p.m. Then 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., the same premises were used for educating slum children, absolutely free. So then we adopted a village because I thought my children should learn compassion, social responsibility. So we adopted a village and our students started going to the village and doing some social service, etc. Then visit to the Cheshire home, old age home, a lot of such activities to make my children compassionate and socially responsible. So when we started doing it, naturally, it is not me, Vijayam Katta, who was doing it. It was the whole school, the teachers, the management. My chairman was ever supportive. Late Mr. APNI, he was very, very supportive. And the management, school management, the students, the teachers, the parents, because of all of them, we could do this. But what happens? The leader always has an edge. Because I was the principal, I got more name and fame on behalf of them. I got the credit of what we were doing. Then what happened? Our chairman decided to start a school. And when he decided to start a trust, he invited me to be a co-founder, a co-trustee. So I became a trustee of another group, Kerala Public Schools, which started with one school. And within 4-5 years, we had 4-5 schools given by Tata Steel, National Metallurgical Laboratory. Now we have got 9 schools under it, to one tribal school from central government and another tribal school from the state government, etc. So what I wanted to share was, when you start taking responsibility, people appreciate, people notice it, and slowly you see that your dreams are coming true. You get opportunities. When I look back at my life, I feel whatever intentions I had, when the intentions were very positive, when I had wonderful dreams, opportunities and people showed up in my life. Somehow, sometimes, the IAS officer in town, the deputy, forgetting the designation, the local administration will help us in some way or other. Sometimes the newspapers used to help us with a lot of coverage. I remember one deputy collector calling me to sanction some money for our self-help groups in the village. So when you take up a responsibility and when you have a wonderful intention, again, I repeat, people and opportunities show up. You need not worry how will it happen. That's what I have learned. So then from one school, as I told you, we had 9 schools. We had 5 free schools for slum children, around 6,000 to 7,000 students used to study in our school, absolutely free. English medium schools, another 20,000 and all. So slowly the school, our schools were known in the town, and I won a lot of awards, including the President's Award for the work we have done. So what I wanted to say is, I was talking about when we take up leadership, what are the benefits? Look at these benefits. All these benefits I could get because I was always happy to take up a leadership position. More than leadership, I would like to say, I was always ready to take up responsibilities. So when you take up responsibilities, you automatically become a leader. Look at that. From a librarian, I became a principal. Then I became the vice chairperson for a group of 9 schools and 5 non-formal schools. Better job, better position, more money I started getting. I started getting more name and fame. I could make a little difference to people's lives. Like I remember there was one school, a tribal school, where not even a single child passed in matriculation examination. So we adopted the school. One small innovation we suggested, and we saw that all the students started passing. What was the innovation? It was a tribal school. It was in the rural village. Students don't have textbooks. And by the time the government gives the textbooks, it will be the end of the year. So at the same time, every child will buy one textbook, the subjects which they love the most. So put together, the class had all the textbooks. We suggested that you come to school 1 hour before. 11 o'clock their school used to start. We said 10 to 11, you come, exchange your books and read the portion taught the previous day, the previous week. The students started doing that. They simply used to exchange their books and they used to revise. And that year, there was only one failure in that school. That child failed in maths. Otherwise, all the students passed. So we can make a difference to people's lives and organizations. We could pay more salary to that school. It was a private school, making my dreams come true. I couldn't create a wonderful world, but I could create a small, beautiful world around me. And what was the ripple effect? Many schools, when they saw the sort of work we are doing, they also started doing similar work. I remember a principal friend of mine, when she did something wonderful and her name came out in the newspaper. So I asked her, oh, Shubhra, you have done such a wonderful job. So she said, Vijay, you people are doing so much good work, so we have to do it. So how, you inspire? I was inspired by so many others, so many of my friends work the same way. We all keep inspiring each other. So these are the benefits I wanted to show you the proof that these can be the benefits. So each one of you can decide whether you want to be a leader or you want to be a follower. At the same time, let me tell you, we are all leaders, we are all followers. When I am following someone's instructions, when I am following someone's suggestions, I am a follower. When I am following a particular faith or something, I am a follower, but I am also a leader. And every day, even the sweeper in our school, he also is a leader. Every person, the security guard also is a leader. And we have to appreciate that. We have to respect them for that. So that was my story. Now let's have a 2 minutes quiet time. I want you to think about this question and share with me your answer. Think of a leader whom you admire. It can be a teacher from your school days. Maybe it can be a colleague, or it can be one of your faculty, present faculty, or maybe one of anybody you have met, or anybody, any political leader or anybody. Think of a leader. I'm giving you. Can we all switch off our audios? Please check your audio. Somebody's audio is on. So I hope you have thought about a leader. Okay, the next question. What are his or her qualities? Can you write it down? I would like you to write it down. Forget about the name. I'm not interested in the name. What are the qualities, his or qualities you admire? If you can write it down. Done? Can I see a thumbs up if you have done it? Rajini, have you done it? Yes, okay. One more pause. Which of these qualities do you have? You can just, either tick mark or put a circle around it. You saw that, these are the qualities. Which of these qualities do you have? Okay, now I have a question. What are the qualities? Can you just share with me? Forget about the second question. Let me go to this first question only. What are the, sorry. What are the qualities? Can we just share? What are the qualities which you appreciate in that leader, which you admire in that leader? Just share. Not in you. I am asking about the leader whom you admire. The question which is there on the screen, I am asking you. Think of that leader. What are his qualities? Who will say?
309. I think their name is not given. They have message, ma'am. My school director, sir, sensitive, motivational, and learning. Okay. Oh, Sheeba ma'am, thank you for reading out because I'm not able to see the chat. Yes. So you can read it. Okay. Madhushri, yeah, one more. Madhushri Sharma, ma'am is saying about sensitive, motivating, positive, aura, and lifelong learner. Okay. Wonderful. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rajini. Yeah.
Yeah. I admire about like my one person is there. She's my supervisor. I have worked 10 years under her, and she's Mrs. Aisha Nawaz. And I used to admire about her skill is like a visual observation. She's very good, and I adapted. Sorry, yeah, you have asked about only her
the qualities now. Yeah,
qualities,
we'll come to the next question.
And also, she's a very good speaker.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Judith ma'am has given positive, confident, and motivating and understanding.
Okay.
Whom she has.
Wonderful. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. I have a person whom I follow, but he has many qualities, and those which I have is loving, caring. I love to do social service, and I'm a helping-minded person. These qualities I got from the person who is my grandfather.
Oh, wonderful. So
yes.
We are looking at the qualities. We are not now. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, so, and Ranveer sir has
Ranveer
sir? Yeah. Dignity, enthusiasm, confidence, patience, and integrity.
Yeah. So and let me. Okay. Yeah, there are. So there are what I heard you people saying is a positive outlook, sensitivity, then smartness, confidence. What else? Pardon?
Humanity. Humanity.
Yeah, a humanitarian approach.
Honesty and empathy.
Yeah, honesty.
Empathy. Empathy.
Empathy. Wow, empathy. Who said empathy?
Hasita.
Hasita. Wonderful. Do you know, they say, experts say that empathy is going to be the 21st century skill.
Yes.
Empathy is the skill which will help you to succeed in this century, they say. So let me put all these qualities under two headings: character and competence. Agree? You want do you want only a goody leader? She's very nice, very loving, very kind, but she is good for nothing in her work. Will you admire her? No. Yes. So you want character. You want people to be honest, loving, caring, empathetic. At the same time, you also want that person to have competence, like confidence, isn't it? And maybe good interpersonal skills, good managing abilities. So we need character and competence, both for a leader. So now I had asked you this third question. Which of these qualities do you have? So Afrin has already answered. She is very, she has picked up the qualities of loving, being kind, etc. from her grandfather. Anybody else would like to share? What qualities do you have, which you have, which you appreciate in your leader, in you, the person whom you admire?
Yeah, ma'am. I have adapted from my supervisor that observation skills are very important in Montessori education. Like we have to keep on observe the children, how they are means like moving and doing then everything or their skills and all. So I have learned that visual observation skills from her, and I'm trying to be like she's also a good trainer, and she's a good speaker. I'm trying to be learn and again. So like that.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And we have Palak Fatima, keeping faith and trust on their subordinates, boosting their morals whenever they feel low, creating positive environment.
Wow, that's so important for a leader, isn't it? You know, boosting up their subordinates, or I would like to call not subordinate, I would like to call them colleagues.
Yes.
Whether it's a sweeper or a clerk or a teacher, I feel they are all our colleagues, people who are working with us, not working under us, according to me. They all work with us, with me, as a leader. So boosting up their morale and giving them opportunities, empowering them. These are the things,
And Shana Sharin ma'am is messaging, make it reality and move forward.
Okay, so these are some of the qualities you have adapted from your leader. Maybe let me ask this question also. Which qualities do you think you need to cultivate? So you have already adapted a lot of your the qualities from the person whom you admire, or otherwise also you have a lot of qualities. But do you think, as a leader, if each one of you are a leader, forget about even a leader, even if you want to be a good human being, what are the qualities which you have to cultivate? Either from that list or out of that list. Outside the list, sorry.
Yes.
Maybe some of you may not like to share, but
yes,
if somebody wants to share, you can share that I need to cultivate this to be a better leader. Or
yes.
to be a
Empathy
better
and caring. Who's at 309? Name is not given.
Yeah, I think better if you can name yourself, no,
yes,
that will be wonderful. Otherwise, we will be calling you 309.
Yes,
you can just write your name.
Yes,
I hope you know how to
rename. change your name on the spot.
So there are 3 dots, if I'm correct, isn't it?
Yeah, with the 3 dots you can change. Empathy and caring we have to cultivate.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Rahina ma'am has messaged patience. Shana
Patient.
Sherin,
Ah,
patient. Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? You what?
Rajni
What
ma'am
do you need to
raised her
conclude?
hand. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, I thought I wanted to cultivate like hard work is good, but smart work is more beneficial. So I want to learn smart work.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So you
And
want to
yeah, Palak Fatima, I like to adopt to be a more patient while tackling problems and be more open-minded to accept new forms of teaching and technologies.
wonderful, wonderful.
Hasita, kindness. Hasita ma'am, kindness.
Okay, great. So this is just an exercise for you. You decide whether you want to cultivate this, and if you feel that you need to cultivate, maybe today is the right time to start thinking on those lines. So how will we cultivate? We are going to come to that now. So don't, if you are really interested in leadership development, if you are really interested in becoming a better leader, a better human being, what you can, we can start from today. And this can be the right moment. So you have already identified the qualities which you need to cultivate. And now let's look at how will we cultivate these qualities. How can we? I'm sure whatever I am sharing, most of you are aware of it. Then why am I sharing it? For me, all these sessions will be good reminders for us in our B.Ed colleges, and whether it is Montessori, whatever training we talk about reinforcement. So we are reinforcing. So how will we cultivate these qualities? Let us look at it. I would like to introduce you to this new principle, the ask principle, the 3 dimensions to success. Anybody has any one of you would like to guess what A stands for, what S stands for, and what K stands for? Just a wild guess. As I told you, all answers are right. What can be A for? To succeed, you need an A. What is that?
Punctuality.
Pardon?
Punctuality.
That word starts with A.
Ambition.
So there is a beautiful quote. Dash, your dash decides your altitude.
Ambition. Ambition.
No.
Attitude.
Attitude. Who said
Attitude.
Who said attitude?
Yes.
That's the right answer. Attitude. There is a famous quote. Your attitude decides your altitude. What is altitude? The heights you can reach. No. So your attitude will decide your altitude. What will be S for? Along with attitude, what is important to succeed? To be a good leader?
Supervision.
Pardon?
Yes.
Supervision.
Shahana ma'am, attitude, skill, and knowledge.
Wonderful. Who said that? Skills and knowledge?
Shahana ma'am has said attitude, skill, and knowledge.
Wonderful. That's it. A for attitude, S for skills, K for knowledge. You need these 3 things to succeed in life, to be a wonderful leader, to be a good human being. Also, you need these 3. Attitude, skills, knowledge. Will you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. If these 3 are there, you will succeed. So how will we cultivate each of these? Let's look at that. How will we cultivate attitude? Let me look at the time. How will we cultivate the right attitude? The most important thing is build relationships. You can take this PowerPoint from Sheeba ma'am. Okay. So let's
go. I'll forward. Yes.
Yeah. So the more one of the ways which you can develop a very positive attitude is by building relationships. There is an ongoing Harvard study. You have heard about Harvard Business School, isn't it? So Harvard Business School is conducting a study which is going on since the last 83 years or so.
It is looking at what gives you maximum happiness. And they have found out that relationships give us maximum happiness. Relationships is the most important source of our happiness. So if you want to cultivate a good attitude, if you want to be a wonderful leader, the most important thing is build good relationships, whether it is at home or in your school or at your office. Build relationships, right from the management to the security guard at the gate. Build relationships. Now, many times leaders feel, we can look down upon the, menial staff or the security guard. They are nobody. I need to only respect maybe my seniors. All such, belief systems are there. Whereas studies show, if you want to be successful, you have to build relationships. So how will you build relationships? Very simple. Be loving and kind to all. Be loving and kind. When you are loving and kind, the rest will flow. Now, how will you know? Some of you may think, ma'am, how can we be loving and kind? If you simply say be loving and kind, does it come? So try to put ourselves in others' shoes, you will become loving and kind. For example, when someone, as a principal, I used to forgive my students very easily. So I used to get angry, I used to shout at them, beat them up. Those days that was allowed, not now. So, and then I will forgive them. So people used to ask me, how can you forgive so easily? My answer used to be very simple. Even at this age, I commit mistakes. Is there anyone who doesn't commit mistakes in this group? We are all, I think, if I'm correct, between the ages of 18 to maybe 68, 65, 68, we are in that age group. Even now we commit mistakes. And when a 7-year-old child and a 5-year-old child or 15-year-old child commits mistake, we say, how can he commit such a mistake? He has to be suspended, he has to be dismissed. So the moment you realize, if I commit a mistake even at this age, I should be able to understand. I'm not talking about accepting. I'm not asking you to accept the mistakes. I'm saying you should understand that others may also make mistakes. Number one. Second, only question may be the intensity of the mistake. Sometimes the children commit very, very grave mistakes. We have to take actions. We have to, depending upon the situation, we have to take action and do. But if you remember that, just like me, he or she is committing a mistake. Another way of doing it is, think of our own childhood. How wonderful we were when we were children. Some of you must have made all those mistakes. Some of us must have been very naughty. But once we become, adults, we forget about it. So if you keep thinking about our own childhood, the mistakes we are making even now, we will be loving and kind to all. Be humble. Some of us feel, oh, I know everything. I am more educated than you. I am better than you. But nobody is better than the other person. We are all better than the other person in one way or other. Maybe I am good at speaking to you, but maybe one of you must be an excellent cook, which I am not. Another person may be a wonderful writer, which I am not. So we are all better than each other, but at the same time, we need not be proud of being, better than each other, because we all have got our own strength, and we need not, compare each other and be sad. We can be happy, and we can remember that if I am good at something, my friend is also good at something else. So that will bring humility in you. So if I start thinking, oh, I have won so many awards, so what? I must have won some awards, but I can't cook the way you cook, or the way you write, or the way you take care of your family. So if that understanding is there, we will be humble. If you want to build relationship, the most important thing, listen to people. We all listen. These days, especially, we are listening, but we are looking at our WhatsApp. Yes. And we are scrolling the messenger. It's so rude, I feel. It's so impolite. So when you listen to people, keep your gadgets away, listen. Look at that person with empathy and try to listen. That's how you build relationships. If this happens in many families, parents say children don't listen to us. Why? They don't, when children are talking, you don't listen. You are busy cooking. You say, okay, you keep talking. I'm listening, but I am busy cooking, or I am looking at the messages. So children feel I am not listened. They also don't listen. So it's so important to listen to people. Acknowledge mistakes. I remember even now it's so difficult for me to acknowledge my mistakes sometimes. Very, very difficult. And as a young leader, I became the principal at the age of 37. It was very difficult for me to accept my mistakes. I always feel it's not my mistake, the other person's mistake. But it took courage and time for me to start accepting my mistakes. So if you want to build relationships, you have to accept your mistakes. If your people, if your star, you commit a mistake, don't put the blame on your star, accept it. Second is be a role model. As a leader or as a mother, father, as a brother, sister, as a student, we expect so many things from others. Whatever you expect from others, you should have it, no? Then only you can expect it. You have heard that story of Gandhiji. Yes. When their mother and son went, some of them attribute to Gandhiji, some of them say it is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. I feel it, if I remember correctly, it is Gandhiji. The mother said, my son takes a lot of jaggery or sugar something. So Gandhiji says, you go back and come back after a week. When they come back, simply Gandhiji tells him, don't eat jaggery. So the mother said, why did you take 1 week for it? So his answer was, I also used to take jaggery. I had to stop it before I told him to stop it. Same way, I want others to be loving and kind, but I will be rude. I want others to be honest, I will be dishonest. That won't work. So if you really want to cultivate a good attitude, be a role model. Can you please switch off your audio? Somebody's audio is on.
Ramesh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So be a role model. Whether you are a teacher or you are a parent, you have to model the values you want from others, especially be honest, trustworthy. People should feel that we can trust you. Stop complaining. Many of the organizations, I see people, not everyone, most of the employees keep complaining about their boss, about the workload, so much of stress, so much of work. Stop complaining. So you may ask me, so what should we do? Instead of complaining, if you have got a problem, go to your boss with a very loving attitude, polite attitude, put your problem in front of him or her, and also suggest a solution. That should we be doing. Instead of complaining, say, sir or ma'am, I have this problem. This work is becoming too much for me. Can you help me to reduce this work? I suggest these things. If they ask for suggestion, if she doesn't ask for suggestion, okay, you have to look at your boss and decide how will you, what will you be doing. There is a beautiful, practice, a 5 minutes favor. The Wharton University professor Adam Grant has coined this phrase. Do a 5 minutes favor every day. Decide to do a 5 minutes favor. Anybody, can you tell me what does it mean? What must it be meaning? Do a 5 minutes favor every day. Any guessing?
Helping others.
Wonderful.
A deed.
Okay. Do a helping deed. Okay. Wonderful. So Adam Grant suggests that every day you decide to do a 5 minutes favor to somebody, help someone for 5 minutes. It can be appreciating someone. It can be helping someone. Do something for at least 5 minutes. Make it a habit. You can do it for more time. It's not that only when to start with, he says, decide that you will do something for at least 5 minutes a day, and you will see how your life changes. I have seen it in my life. Life just changes when you are loving, kind, and helpful to others. And whatever we give out, it comes back to us with compound interest. That's what I have learned. It comes back not with simple interest, compound interest. Whatever good you give, it comes back to you in many fold. So somebody had coined this word also, karma banking. So what is a bank for? It's a bank is a place where you invest money, you do a saving. So by doing a 5 minutes favor every day, you are making deposits in your karma bank. Karma means what? Karma, whatever we do, isn't it? Action. So we have a bank where we are putting these good karmas or even bad karmas go into deposits. And you just practice it for 5 to 7 days and see how it comes back to you. Whatever good you do, maybe you do something good to A, you may be getting something back from G or K, you don't know, but it keeps coming back to us. This I have experienced in my life. The person who has coined that he's a CEO of a company, he also says that he has experienced it. And many of my friends say they all, and I'm sure some of you also must be experiencing it now. Whatever good you do, it comes back to you in different ways. There's a lot of research on gratitude practice, the abundance principle. Again, somebody's audio is on. So we can live either from the scarcity angle or from the abundance angle. So when you are practicing gratitude, you are living a life of abundance. So there is a lot of research has been done, and it says if you practice gratitude every day, it will help you not only physically, mentally, it will help you even physically and emotionally. They say it will build your immune system. If you practice gratitude every day, you will be a happier person. It says studies show that if we make our students practice gratitude, they become better in their studies. They become better children in behavior wise. So what it is a gratitude practice? Every day when you wake up early morning, start your day with thanking the whole day for having a, they say many people die in their sleep. So today I am awake and healthy. So thank God, or you don't believe in God, just thank that I am I am alive and I am healthy. Thank your husband, your children, maybe your relatives, your friends, that I have so many people to support. When I enter the kitchen, when I switch on the mixie and all those things, I thank the people who have invented it. I feel, my goodness, they had invented it. So my life is so smooth and so easy because of them. So be grateful, express your gratitude to people. When your friends do something, just don't say thank you, feel it and say thank you so much for this, and you see again the difference. And research studies talk about having a gratitude journal. They say keep a notebook or in your laptop. Every day write down what you are grateful. Maybe 5 things I am grateful for today, or 3 things I am grateful for today, and see the difference. Start it and first experience it and then share it with your children. Today I am grateful for so and so for helping me with this or what. Or I am so grateful for my maid. Every day, one person I keep thanking so much is the girl who comes home to help me. I don't like to call her a maid, the girl who comes to help me. My heart, every time I think of her, my heart overflows with gratitude. So some people say, so what? You are paying the money. So she is doing the work. I feel more than paying the money, the love with which she does the work at my home, the way she helps me, the way she does extra work for me, I'm so grateful. So let's have feel a lot of gratitude in our mind. These are some of the things which will help us to build a right attitude. And the last one, there can be many, many. I have picked up a few. Is a mindfulness practice. So I that needs another session. So I will not talk much about it. You can Google search what is a mindfulness practice. In the West, every school has started, even corporates have introduced mindfulness practice. It helps us to control our emotions. They say it helps us to control our anger. So mindfulness practice can be different ways. The simplest one is focusing on your breath. When your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Just focus on your breath, sit straight and just keep focusing on your breath for 2 minutes, 3 minutes and increase it. So these are some of the ways you can improve your attitude. I will take maybe 10 more minutes to finish it. Sheeba ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So next comes skills. The first one is there can be many, many skills which can help you. I have put again a few important ones. Interpersonal skills. Again, it has so much to do with your attitude. We already talked about listening. So active listening is the most important thing about when it comes to interpersonal relationships. If somebody will love you, if you listen to that person actively, keeping all the gadgets away with empathy, if compassion, if you listen to them. Responding than reacting. Many times we react, we don't respond. Even now, many times I do it, I have to control myself not to react and to respond. I hope you understand the difference between responding and reacting. Reacting is just say something which came to your mind as soon as you hear something. Responding is take a pause, think, what should I say, right? So that I can keep up, sustain this relationship. Being polite. Again, I am the boss. I know some principals who keep saying, I am the principal. You need not remind people you are the principal. They all know. So being polite, delegating tasks, even if whether you are a principal, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a person who is working in an office, keep collaborating, cooperating with your friends, delegate tasks. Don't say that I will do everything. I won't share it with anybody. No, collaborate, cooperate. And prompt conflict resolution. When conflicts arise, try to resolve it as quickly as possible in the the best possible way. Communication skills. Again, active listening is part of communication skills. Open communication. Many times we want to say something, but we end up saying something else. We don't know. We just want to say, okay, this is what I want to say, but I will beat around the bush. Like, for example, you are giving a feedback. The teacher did not teach well. So I want to tell her that, this part where the way you were asking the questions was not right. Instead, you are beating around the bush. Instead, say very politely to the point, tell them, okay, the class was good, share about all the good things, then very gently say, maybe you can think, do you think you can improve on that questioning techniques better? Can you improve it further? And that way, be open, be direct, be authentic, honest. Don't show up which you are not. Sometimes we want to put up a face. Sometimes we want to show people which we are not. Be authentic. Whatever I am. People will love you. Being specific when you talk when you are communicating something, come to the point, speak direct. Time management, I need not talk to you. Punctuality, effective management of time. If you tell somebody tomorrow there is a meeting at 5 p.m., it should be 5 p.m., not 5:01 or 5:05. It should be 5 p.m. So that is very, very important. And we have to manage our time effectively, we all know. And last but the most important thing is empathy. They say this is the 21st century skill. Identify. What does empathy mean? Identifying with others and understanding their perspectives. You may disagree with them, but you understand and you appreciate. Yes, I understand where you come from. I understand what you are saying, but I feel this way. With that sort of a respect, you have to communicate. And the last is knowledge. According to me, read. That's the only way. Not only way, that can be attending sessions like this, attending workshop. There can be many ways. But the most important thing is, I think, reading. You people are so lucky. When at your age, we had to go to a library to read something. There is everything is at your tip of your finger, isn't it? You just have to scroll your Google and open, and then whatever you want to hear, it will be there. So read, especially articles which are related to your workplace, to what you are doing, and even newspapers. You should know what is happening all around. Maybe you are not an authority, but you should be knowing. Listen to TED Talks. You know what is a TED Talk? How many of you know? You know? Hasita? No. So just Google
Motivation speak.
yeah. So it's an 18-minute speech. So all those talks will be for 18 minutes. Beautiful, wonderful speakers will be there. So listen to some of those speakers. It will improve your English. Plus, you will get a lot of information. Then knowledge sharing. Whatever you hear, keep sharing. If you don't share, knowledge will not grow. For example, as yesterday you read an article, you found an interesting idea. The next day, when you go to your school, when you go to your college, or when you meet your friends or family, oh, yesterday I read this. I loved this idea. Keep sharing whatever you have read. The more you share, the more the knowledge becomes permanent, and the more you grow. Any other ideas for knowledge, enhancing your knowledge? Think of it, because we are running out of time. So I would like to finish with the next two slides. Now, up to now, we have seen why we decided right at the beginning, all of us are leaders, because we all have to create a beautiful world. We decided. I'm recapitulating whatever we have done. Secondly, we said, why should we be leaders? How will it benefit us? We saw it will help us to get better money, name, fame, etc. And it will help us to create a better world, we saw. Then we saw that there are 3 dimensions. If we focus on 3 dimensions, we can be better leaders. That was attitude, skills, and knowledge. We looked at how can we cultivate a better attitude, better skills, and better knowledge, we saw. Now, you are doing all these things, but how will you know whether you are still a leader, good leader, whether you want to be a better leader? How will you do? For that, it's a very simple practice. Reflect daily. Daily quiet time, maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes quiet time. You sit with yourself with a pen and paper and do this exercise to see whether you are improving as a leader, you are growing as a leader. Why we should sit and reflect? As John Dewey has said, people say we learn from experience. No, we learn from reflecting on experience. If we learn from experience, we all will be wonderful human beings. We are not. Some people reflect, so they become better. So we have to reflect every day. How will we do it? 10 to 20 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, sit quietly with a paper and pen and reflect on this question. At the end of the day, maybe 8:30, 9 p.m., you sit with a paper and pen, or early morning when you get up, you can reflect about the previous day. First thing, appreciate yourself for all the good you have done. Oh, today I was very kind to that person. Today I took that class wonderfully well, I feel. So you can appreciate. I'm so happy I could do this and I am grateful for this, that you can put what you are grateful for also. Then you can write, where do I need to improve yesterday or today? What mistake did I commit? What am I going to do about it? Did I shout at a person unnecessarily? Even if it is necessarily you shouted, the next day, would I like to go and say sorry? Explain the matter. So think of it and write it down and reflect. How can I make a difference? We all want the others to make a difference, the others to improve. But how can I improve? How can I make a difference? So this practice, if all of us can start doing from today, you will see that within a few days, every day you are becoming a better, and not a few days, every day you will see that you are becoming a better and better leader. So what will you do? Sit down with a paper and pen at night or early morning. If it is early morning, think about the previous day. If it's night, the whole day. Think what good you have done, what are you grateful for, where I have to improve, and act on it. It's not that I have to improve and forget about the next day. Go to the school or your workplace and rectify your mistake. And keep asking this question, how can I make a difference? Our late amazing president we had, Dr. Kalam, he had suggested a few questions for daily reflection. He had suggested this. Every person, he says, should think about these questions. Did I practice any virtue today? Did I do more good than harm today? Did I treat people with dignity and respect today? Was I fair and just today? Was my community better because I was in it? 5 questions. He used to say, he had advocated, he had suggested that every person should think of these 5 questions and write down and take the necessary steps, and our country will be a better place. The world will be a better place, and all of us will be better human beings. So this is something which you can try, either the first one which the exercise I suggested, or this one. So that's what all I have to say, share with you today. Finally, so what did you learn? Is leadership about leading others, or leadership is more about leading ourselves? What did the session tell you?
Leading ourselves.
Pardon?
It's leading yourself. When you lead yourself, automatically you will be the leader.
Wonderful. So leadership, most of the time we think leadership is all about leading others, but this session has told us leadership is all about leading ourselves first, governing ourselves first, putting our attitude, skills, and knowledge, enhancing our attitude, skills, and knowledge first. Automatically, we will become role models, and there will be more people to become leaders like you. The ripple effect will happen. Inner governance, governing our own inside, is the key to good leadership, because, as someone has beautifully said, all answers lie within ourselves. We keep searching answers in the outside world, but the real answers lie within us. So thank you so much. If you have got any questions or any comments, please feel free to share with me. It's now, what's the time? 4:18, maybe.
Ma'am, please change the PPT, whatever you have shown today.
Yes, pardon?
They are asking for the PPT.
Yeah, I will send it to you. Mr. Dharambir, I will send it to you.
Wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for listening to me.
Great session, yes.
I hope it had made some, I don't know whether I was able to make some sense through my presentation.
Yes.
Any questions, any suggestions, any comments?
Actually, I would like to need a more session about how to inculcate the quality education among our students. It's my dream. It's my personal dream to inculcate the quality education among our students. I have been trying, but I have not got the result. A little bit we have got the result, but we are waiting and we are doing a lot of things. We are changing the things, but we need your experience to inculcate the quality education among our students.
I'll be happy to help, Dhananjay, but I suggest is first let's become good leaders, good teachers. So naturally we will have all the answers how to, extend good quality education to our children. Maybe I will talk to you later sometime.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Any others? Shall I, ma'am?
Yes, Shana.
Yes, Shana.
Okay.
Stop sharing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just stopped sharing. Sorry, I forgot.
Yes. So we can see the participant who want to speak.
Okay. Thank you, Vijayam Karta, ma'am. Once again, I remind she is a educator, founder, trustee of Kerala Public School. She is highly experienced with 3 decades of experience transforming public and private school. She will focus on social conscience and character development. She won Best Teacher Award from President of India.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
In this session, we understand leadership. It's not a talent, it's a quality of a person. We can improve ourselves, make a great society. So I welcome Rita Varma ma'am from Dolphin Public School, Muzaffar, Bihar, for the feedback section of this webinar.
Yeah, you can just give a feedback about the webinar, ma'am. Rita ma'am.
Rita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you. Rita, are you there?
309 is Rita ma'am, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm here, ma'am. Is my voice audible?
Yes. But we can't see you. Can we see you or no? You don't want to switch on your video?
No, ma'am. Because of some technical issue, it's not visible.
Yeah.
So, if is it audible? May I share my view feedback?
Sure, ma'am. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. It's the first session which I have attended of yours, and it's a great opportunity, ma'am, for having you. Your session was great, and I feel that it's did a work of a pacifier to me, and I'm very thankful to you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the sessions, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to give a feedback?
Ramveer Mahato sir, are you ready for good feedback?
Tanveer sir.
Yeah, ma'am, it's a wonderful session for me. I have lot of learning from this session.
Dhanyavad sir.
Thank you for all being here and supporting us for a wonderful webinar. So I welcome Ms. Hasida Nasser, ma'am, teacher trainee from 56th batch for vote of thanks.
Manorama ma'am has to say. Manorama ma'am.
No, I have always attended Mrs. Vijayam Karta's webinars, and of course the physical motivational talks too. And let me tell you that, we know each other since the past, I think 35 years. And she's my very good friend and mentor. And of course, ma'am, your class today was wonderful as usual. And you know, what touches us always is your personal experiences that you share with us. So I'm sure that everybody will get motivated to know how you have, traveled up through your life, and what is the main factor that has helped you to grow. And as you said, leadership is, first of all, governing ourselves. So thank you, ma'am. I enjoyed it. And thank you, Sheeba, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Then thank you. Good evening to one and all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this live session. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. I would like to take this opportunity to our mentor,
our NCDC backbone, Baba Alexander sir, our beloved evaluator, Bindu Saraswati ma'am, and our sweet, strongest person of our 56th batch, our faculty. Because of a training, we are here today, none other than our Sheeba PK ma'am for the valuable time and contribution.
Thank you so much.
Last, not but at least, our resource person, Vijayam Karta ma'am, an excellent and attractive presentation skill, ma'am. Thank you so much for really inspired and motivated me to learn new skills about leadership and management. God bless you, and you are a good lecturer, ma'am. Hope to hear more
from me. Yes.
I thank all other batchmates behind the scene who worked hard for making this live session a great success. Thank you all.
And the wonderful participants who are here from the different states, right?
Thank you, Sheeba ma'am, for this
Thank you,
opportunity.
Vijay ma'am. Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much.
Can I drop off? Anybody? Someone was saying something?